1. Sometimes life breaks you so loudly that even your own heartbeat feels like an echo of your pain, but remember, the same moment that tries to shatter you is the moment that begins to shape you. Sometimes life doesn't break you with a loud explosion. Sometimes it breaks you quietly, slowly, without warning. One morning you wake up and everything you thought was certain suddenly feels like shifting ground under your feet. The people you trusted walk away. The plans you built collapse. The dreams you carried start feeling too heavy for your tired heart. And in those moments, when life feels painfully unfair, you have two choices. You can surrender to the weight, or you can rise, slowly, trembling, but fearlessly. Rising fearlessly doesn't mean you are not scared. It means you rise even when fear sits heavily on your chest. It means you take a step forward when your knees are shaking. It means you try again even when you are tired of trying. It means you trust that the same life that broke you today is capable of building you into someone extraordinary tomorrow. There are moments when you question why things happen the way they do. Why did life give you a burden so heavy? Why were you the one who had to suffer? Why did your path have storms while others walked in sunshine? But sometimes the storm you are given is not a punishment. It is preparation. Sometimes the pain you carry is not the end. It is the beginning of who you are meant to become. Some people grow in comfort, but the most powerful souls grow in chaos. You don't become strong because life was fair to you. You become strong because you learn to stand tall even when everything around you tried to crush you. You learn to rise without applause, without support, without guarantees. You learn to rise for yourself. There will be days when it feels like everyone else is moving forward while you are stuck. You will look at others and think they have it easier, better, simpler, but everyone carries a story you cannot see. Everyone is fighting a battle you don't know about, and just like them, you are fighting a battle quietly, courageously, and beautifully in ways even you don't recognize yet. You don't have to prove your pain to anyone. You don't need validation for your struggle. The fact that you are still here, breathing, trying, hoping, that is proof enough that you are stronger than every unfair moment you have lived through. Sometimes rising fearlessly means letting go. Letting go of the apologies you never received, the explanations you never got, the people who chose not to stay. Not everyone who starts with you is meant to stay with you, and that's okay. Your journey is not designed for everyone to understand. Your path is not meant for everyone to walk. The people who left were part of your story, but they were never meant to be part of your destiny. Life removes what you don't need, even when your heart doesn't understand it. One day you will look back and realize that what felt unfair was actually the greatest blessing in disguise. And when life knocks you down, and it will remember this, falling is not failing. Falling is part of being human. Falling teaches you what standing never could. Falling teaches you humility, patience, strength, and resilience. Every time you fall and rise again, you rewrite your destiny. You step into a stronger version of yourself. You create a story that inspires others to rise too, and that is the beauty of life. Your story has the power to awaken strength in someone you may never meet. Your courage becomes someone else's hope. When you feel lost, remind yourself that even the strongest trees grow against the wind. Even the brightest stars shine in the darkest nights. You are not behind. You are growing in ways you cannot see yet. Healing is slow. Rising is slow. Transformation is slow. But slow progress is still progress. Every tear you shed watered a seed of strength inside you. Every hardship shaped your character. Every unfair moment carved a deeper space in you for wisdom, compassion, and clarity. You don't have to rise in a roar. You can rise in a whisper. You can rise quietly. Gently, softly. You can rise in small steps. You can rise in silent victories that no one else sees. Rising fearlessly is not about being loud or dramatic. It is about choosing yourself even when life didn't. It is about believing in your worth even when someone else didn't value it. It is about stepping forward with a brave heart even when you have no idea what tomorrow will look like. Life will break you, reshape you, bend you, test you, and demand strength from you that you didn't even know you had. But it will also show you your own power. It will teach you who you are. It will awaken a fire inside you that nothing can extinguish. You will begin to realize that the unfair moments that brought you to your knees were the same moments that taught you how to fly. You will look back one day and say, I didn't just survive, I transformed. So rise, not because the path is easy, but because you deserve to see what is waiting for you beyond the struggle. Rise because your story is not over. Rise because your heart still beats with purpose. Rise because there is a version of you on the other side of this pain, a stronger, wiser, braver you, waiting to meet you. Rise fearlessly. Even when life feels unfair, because the world has not yet seen the best of you, and the moment you decide to rise is the moment everything begins to change. And sometimes life will whisper to you in ways you don't expect. It will send you setbacks not because you are weak, but because you are meant to discover the strength that sleeps inside you. It will close doors not to suffocate you, but to redirect you toward paths you never imagined you could walk. It will take away people you thought you needed so you can meet the version of yourself who needs no approval to feel worthy. Life, with all its unfairness, is still your greatest teacher, and the lessons it gives you in your darkest days will become the light you use to guide others someday. You may think right now that you are breaking, but what if you are not breaking at all? What if you are simply unfolding? What if this moment? This pain, this challenge is not the end of you, but the beginning of a deeper, stronger you. Growth never feels gentle. Growth feels like discomfort, like uncertainty, like standing alone. But growth is also the most powerful gift life offers you. And the truth is, the strongest people you admire didn't grow in sunshine, they grew in storms, they grew when life pushed them to the ground, they grew when they had no choice but to rise again. There will be days when you question your worth, when you wonder if you matter, when you doubt if you are enough. But let me remind you, your worth is not measured by your mistakes, your failures, or the moments you fell apart. Your worth is measured by your courage to stand back up, by your willingness to keep fighting, by your ability to love even after being disappointed, by your strength to walk alone when no one walked beside you. Your worth is not fragile. You are not fragile. You are a warrior made of fire and persistence and unbroken spirit. Sometimes being fearless simply means waking up and choosing to live one more day. It means choosing to smile even when your heart is heavy. It means choosing to believe that good days will come, even when all you see is darkness. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You don't have to be strong every second. You just have to keep moving, even if that movement is slow, quiet, or invisible. Progress is progress, no matter how small. And when people doubt you, let their doubt be your fuel. When people underestimate you, let it strengthen your resolve. When people try to break your spirit, let it remind you that your spirit is unbreakable. You were not created to live a small life. You were not created to be average. You were created to rise beyond limitations, beyond fear. Beyond the expectations the world placed on you, you were created to shine, even in darkness. Do not search for validation in the eyes of those who cannot see your worth. Some people will only understand your value when they no longer have access to you. Some people will only realize your strength when you finally walk away. Some people will only see your light when they find themselves lost in their own darkness. But you, don't dim your light waiting for them. Shine anyway, rise anyway, live anyway. The journey ahead will not always be smooth. Some days you will feel tired, lonely, confused. Some days you will wonder if all this effort is worth it. Some days you will think about giving up. But remember this: everything you desire, everything you dream of, everything you fight for, is waiting for you on the other side of your persistence. Nothing in this life worth having comes without effort. Nothing meaningful happens without struggle. But those who rise, those who push through, those who choose to continue even when life feels unfair, they are the ones who change their own lives. One day, you will look back at this moment and see how far you've come. You will thank yourself for not quitting. You will thank yourself for believing in your worth. You will thank yourself for the nights you cried quietly, but still woke up the next morning ready to keep going. You will thank yourself for choosing courage instead of fear, and you will realize that everything you went through, every hardship, every disappointment, every unfair twist of fate, was shaping you into someone strong enough to carry your dreams. So let this moment not define you but refine you. Let this pain not break you but build you. Let this struggle not weaken you but strengthen you. You are not here by accident. You are not suffering without purpose. You are being molded, shaped, prepared. You are becoming someone the world needs, someone powerful, someone compassionate, someone unshaken by life's storms. Rise fearlessly, not because the world is fair, but because you are unstoppable. Rise fearlessly, not because you have everything figured out, but because you trust the journey even when you cannot see the destination. Rise fearlessly, because every time you choose courage over fear, you rewrite your story, and your story is far from over. And as you walk through life, you will discover something profound. Strength is not built in the moments when everything makes sense. Strength is built in the moments when nothing does. Strength is not born in calm waters, it is forged in the storm. Strength is not created when life is gentle, it is shaped when life tests you in ways you never expected. You will learn that every storm eventually runs out of rain, and every night eventually surrenders to the morning light. No darkness lasts forever, and no pain is permanent, even if it feels unbearable in the moment. You are living a story that is still being written, and the chapter you are in now is not the final chapter. It is merely the part where the hero, the real you, discovers what they are made of. There will be moments when you feel tired of being strong, tired of carrying everything alone, tired of pretending that you're okay when your heart is quietly breaking. Inside your chest, it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to sit down and breathe. It's okay to let the weight roll off your shoulders for a moment. But don't stay down. Rest if you need to, cry if you must, pause if your heart is heavy. But don't give up. Don't let the heaviness convince you that you're weak. The fact that you are still fighting through your pain is the purest form of strength you possess. Sometimes you will walk a path where no one claps for you, no one notices your effort, no one sees your struggle, and yet you must keep going, because your journey is not about applause, it's about growth. It's about becoming the version of yourself that you once thought was impossible. It's about discovering the depth of your own courage. It's about realizing that even when you stand alone, you are still capable of rising. You will meet people who misunderstand you, judge you, or even betray you. But remember, people treat you based on their own wounds, not your worth. Some people will leave because they cannot handle the strength of your spirit. Some will walk away because they were never meant to stay. Some will disappear when you need them the most because the purpose in your life has already been fulfilled, and though their absence may hurt, it will teach you one of the most powerful truths. Your life cannot depend on who stays or who leaves. Your life depends on the strength of your own soul. You are allowed to grow beyond people, beyond places, beyond versions of yourself you once held onto tightly. You are allowed to outgrow the environments where your soul no longer feels alive. You are allowed to evolve into someone new, someone stronger, someone wiser. Transformation is not betrayal, it is your birthright. It is your journey toward becoming whole, and sometimes becoming whole requires walking away from what once made you comfortable. Life will test your patience, it will test your faith, it will test your resilience, it will test your ability to keep moving even when you feel stuck. But every test carries a gift, wisdom, perspective, self-awareness, strength. You do not grow when life is easy. You grow when life challenges everything inside you. You grow when life requires you to become more than you were before. And though you may not see it now, every challenge is carving you into someone powerful enough to hold the future you dream of. And when the world feels heavy, return to yourself, return to your breath, return to the beating of your heart, return to the truth that you have survived every difficult day of your life so far. You have survived heartbreak, disappointment, loss, and loneliness. You have survived days you thought you'd never get through. You have survived moments when your hope was hanging by a thread, and yet you are here, still breathing, still fighting, still rising. That alone makes you extraordinary. You are not defined by your wounds, you are defined by your willingness to heal. You are not defined by what happened to you, you are defined by who you choose to become. You are not defined by the unfairness of life, you are defined by how you rise in spite of it. And rising doesn't always look like victory. Sometimes rising looks like waking up when you want to sleep forever. Sometimes rising looks like taking one small step when you want to give up completely. Sometimes rising looks like believing in a future you cannot yet see. But every small rise matters. Every tiny step forward counts. You have within you a strength that you haven't even begun to understand. are capable of surviving things that would break others. You are capable of transforming pain into wisdom, fear into courage, and struggle into power. You are capable of rewriting your story at any moment, and you are capable of rising fearlessly, even when life feels unfair. One day, you will look back at this exact moment, the moment you thought would break you, and you will smile, not because the pain was easy, but because you survived, not because everything made sense, but because you chose to rise anyway. And you will realize that this moment, this chapter, this storm, was preparing you for a life larger than you imagined. So rise again, rise slowly or rise boldly, rise silently or rise with tears in your eyes, but rise because you are meant for more, because your story matters, because your courage is contagious, because there is someone out there who will one day say, I survived because I saw you rise. And that will be the moment you understand that your struggle was never just about you. It was about everyone whose life you were meant to touch.